Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Mortgage Group. I've been teaching here at Guerin Catholic for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Guerin Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Mascari, and any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Guerin Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN,
where you're always in the game.
Friday nights mean one thing in the state of Indiana, high school basketball from Park Tudor High School and their brilliant and beautiful new gymnasium, the Bedell Family Court. The Panthers welcome the Trojans of Bishop Chatard High School, all coming to you live right here on IndianaSRN. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, your licensed and experienced electrician serving Central Indiana. IU Sports Management, a lifetime of sport with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 services, 1 logistical solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. Thanks so much for tuning in. A couple of games on the family networks tonight on IndianaSRN. We have a pretty good one here ourselves. Clark Chafin, I'm Jared Lewis. The Trojans, Clark, started the season hot. Maybe the hottest start in the state of Indiana, 13-0. Since then, they've lost 4 consecutive games, and now they come into a pretty hostile environment in Park Tudor, a team that is really starting to find their groove. They've won their last 7.
Yeah, they've played well, and actually winners of 8 of last 9, as you said. They started 3-3 and had a rough patch, but definitely playing their best basketball at the right time of the season. Meanwhile, Chatard, again, have dropped 4 in a row. 3 of those losses were by a combined total of 9 points. Take out that big deficit there from Brebeuf. But, yeah, both these teams kind of trending in different directions as we head toward the end of the year.
And for Park Tudor, their last win, we mentioned this. We talked about this off air before the broadcast. It was a win against Brebeuf Jesuit for Park Tudor. That is the lone common opponent that these two have. And more importantly, for Bishop Chatard, it was a huge loss, one of their biggest losses of the season by 24 points 2 games ago. They lost that one 67-43. But for Park Tudor, that was their last game. They won it by 7 in this very gymnasium. For Park Tudor also, you open up this beautiful new space to play basketball, and they've played a lot of their games lately on this gymnasium. So being able to finish out this regular season on such a strong note, playing on your own court and playing their best basketball, a couple of the guys that we're going to highlight tonight, Jermaine Coleman and Jordan Bowles, 2 upperclassmen for Coach Tim Adams. Just, again, there's nothing short of impressive is how Park Tudor has been in this later part of the season.
You're right, Jared. They've got 7 home games in a row. Talk about home cook and being able to have that familiarity of that shooting background is where you practice every day after school. And there's a comfort level within that, and knowing those rims being soft and kind of getting that sweet spot where you like to shoot it from. And certainly that win over Brebeuf gives you a lot of confidence. Brebeuf is a really good ball club this year, has a lot of talent. And just to pull away by 7 points, get you trending in the right direction. And certainly Jordan Bowles and Jermaine Coleman are a big part of what they do, both offensively and defensively.
4-0 in the Pioneer Conference is Park Tudor. They play in the South Division. They split that conference up into 2 divisions. Now on the other side for Bishop Chatard, they are in the Circle City Conference, a 3-2 record in that conference there. They're under their first-year head coach, Kenny Roseman. An important note for tonight's game is for Bishop Chatard, they will most likely be without A.J. Roseman. He did not play in their last game earlier this week, which was a loss to Roncalli. Their past 2 games have both been conference games. We mentioned the Brebeuf game and then back-to-back going with Roncalli. There you see Roseman out on the court with a boot on his right leg. So it's obvious that he is not going to be able to go tonight. He's their leading scorer this year, Clark. He's at 16.5 points a game. It is a huge drop-off to the second scoring leader.
It is, and Jared, if you look at the stats and if you look at the team, you can think of Robert Davidson and Sylvester Williams and T.J. Alexander. There's 3 players that average about 8 points that you can make up that scoring if those guys get in double figures. But the one thing that I like to point out from that Roncalli game, senior Carter St. John really stepped up. He had 18 points, and Robert Davidson upped his point production to 18. Both of those guys had career highs, and Wade McAllister pitched in 8 against that game on Wednesday versus Roncalli. So that's something that they're going to need to do is to continue to pick up that scoring because it's a big fill when you're losing 16.4 points a game.
It's a tough remaining stretch, the rest of this regular season for Bishop Chatard. It starts right here with Park Tudor. The tip-off getting closer from the home of the Panthers here on IndianaSRN. We'll take one more break, and then we'll be back to talk a little bit more about the Trojans and the Panthers. Welcome back to Park Tudor High School. The Panthers getting closer to duel it out with the Trojans of Bishop Chatard. Both of these teams ranked in the top 15 in their respective classes. Chatard is 10th in the Sagarin ratings, also 10th in the AP poll in Class 3A. That ranking has gone down because of their last 4 games that they have dropped. And for Park Tudor, they are 14th in the AP poll, 12th in the Sagarin of Class 2A. You mentioned those last games from Bishop Chatard, some of the guys that had to step up. Robert Davidson, Carter St. John, each contributing with 18 points. We're going to have to see a little bit more of that here tonight if they have any chance of knocking off Park Tudor.
Well, yeah, and I would think those two guys need to do the bulk of the scoring. You look at their field goal percentage, Carter St. John, 43% from the three-point line, 46% overall. Anywhere over 35% I consider a really good three-point shooter, so to be knocking down 43%, and watching him on film, he's not afraid to shoot it from deep. So he'll get back there near the volleyball line, but it's a good shot. It's a good in rhythm, and allowing him to have more freedom kind of loosens him up to be more aggressive and make some jump shots. The same with Robert Davidson. He's got a nice set shot, and he can hit it from the three-point line. And again, his field goal percentage is 55%. So that's something that's going to be a big factor for Chatard, to get those guys into that motion offense. They play a motion man-to-man offense, kind of has a flex look where you got 3 on one side and 2 on the other, and they can get some back cuts and screening and isolating and get that drive and kick game going as well.
We talked about the offensive game. Defensively, this Bishop Chatard team is phenomenal. They only give up 44 points to their opponents per game, while averaging 57. This is a Park Tudor team that scores the ball just a little bit better. They've eclipsed that 60-point mark, but each of the games I've seen Bishop Chatard play, their defense is almost second to none in the entire state of Indiana, not just Class 3A or not just the Circle City Conference that they're in.
Right, and that's the chess match, right? Park Tudor averaging 60 points a game, Chatard averaging 44 on the defensive end. Chatard really gets after you on the defense. They are aggressive. They get in passing lanes. They go after loose balls, and especially now when you're a little short man on the offensive end, those 50-50 balls, those loose balls become very, very important to maintain and get those extra possessions.
So Park Tudor has finished up their pregame warm-ups for the most part, it looks like. Bishop Chatard coming back out onto the floor, getting closer to tip-off. Looks like we got a good turnout in the student section, a pink out for the Panther students.
Jared, I missed that note. Sorry.
We did not dress accordingly, it looks like. But my first look at this gymnasium, and we've been to Park Tudor football games earlier in the season, and just seeing the build-up of that, seeing everything going on in the background, it looks like it is quite the place to be. Clean, everything looks well put together.
Yeah, and to me as a player, lighting is a big thing, right? Making sure you can see and have that feel, and the background, being able to get used to that background and the rims as well, shooting some free throws and getting that feel for what it feels like.
For Bishop Chatard, they got that stage behind one of their goals. So they've been in some interesting gyms. It'll be a different gym to try and get used to for the Trojans as they get set to battle with the Panthers on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
It's time to meet the starting lineups. There you see a very impressive environment. They're getting hype at Park Tudor High School for the Panthers. Their starting lineup, Jermaine Coleman. He wears number 2. Number 5 right there is Bryce Petty. There's Willie Sanders wearing number 15. He's a senior. And then Jordan Bowles and Caleb Harris round out the starting lineup. They are both seniors as well. On the other side, the visitors of Bishop Chatard, Ben Wright, TJ Alexander. Wright wears number 1, Alexander's number 3. Robert Davidson wears number 11, number 22, Carter St. John, and number 33, Wade McAllister. We can see right now, if you got a glimpse of it, Coleman being introduced, he had some size, and he might be a difficult matchup for Bishop Chatard.
And not only that, he's left-handed, which gives him an added dimension because you mostly play against right-handed. Now, with his size, you might think post player. He's not. He's on the perimeter, but he can get buckets in different ways. He can get you at all 3 levels. He can hit it behind the three-point line. He can create off the dribble. He can pull up from the mid-range game and knock down shots. So he's a lot of buckets getting ready to happen here for the Park Tudor Panthers.
And he will perhaps get the first touch at the basketball right now, standing at midcourt opposite of Robert Davidson. Those two will tip it up. The music is playing. Park Tudor fans have filled up the bleachers. Good travel also by Bishop Chatard. Looks like they have a student section of their own. So both schools trying to give their team an advantage as we wait for this opening tip-off. Park Tudor in their home whites. Chatard in the road blue. And Coleman with the left hand does tip it back to Bryce Petty, and he will bring it across half court, going from left to right. And defense to begin for the Trojans. They immediately get it to Coleman. One dribble, and Davidson got a whole lot of that basketball. Going the other way. Davidson has it far side.
Jarrett, right off the front, you see that pressure defense that we just talked about in the pregame with Chatard as they had some nice help defense.
Catch and shoot 3 is good for TJ Alexander.
And what a big-time shot there to get your team off to a good start when you're on a little 4-game slide. Nothing like setting the tone with an opening 3.
And a confident shot, too. Got a good screen. Mid-range jumper on the baseline is an air ball. Petty, offensive board. He'll get another shot. Second time will go down for Petty.
Yeah, good hustle. I like the way how he kept the ball up on that offensive rebound. Didn't get a chance for the defense to react and was able to go back up quickly to get a first basket there for Park Tudor.
Five guys spreading things out wide for Chatard. We'll go through a similar set. This time Alexander will curl it inside the three-point line. McAllister has to reverse course.
And that's is okay with Chatard, right? To run a little clock and kind of shorten the game.
St. John's three is no good. McAllister with the spin move. It won't go. And the Panthers now pushing the pace just a little bit. Coleman, the lefty, his first shot in and out on the 3.
Well, there's that driving kick, though, and Coleman may have gotten hit there on the wrist, but, boy, that was halfway down. That was a good shot for Jermaine Coleman.
Davidson will try to drive on Coleman. Puts up that shot high, and it's rebounded by Petty. Trying to go past everybody. There is a whistle. And finally we see an offensive foul is the call.
Yeah, I thought Ben Wright was in excellent position there, just kind of waiting for the call. But he was able to get in that help side, cut off the lane. That's what you want to do when there's penetration. Stop the ball first. That's the most important thing on the floor. It looks like the officials want to make sure they got this call correct.
I'm guessing that is the discussion. Did they miss who was on the drive? Because it is a very late call to the scores table. It is on Petty, like we thought.
Park Tudor wants to maybe force Chatard's hand a little bit by making them play a little faster, a little token pressure.
Davidson. St. John may have traveled, but he misses the shot anyway. Up the floor. Petty tries to redeem himself, and he does.
Nice catch by Bryce Petty. And not only the catch, watch how he takes his body and really gets between the defender and the ball. So when the defender makes a play on it, he's going to have to go down, and that's going to cause the foul.
Gives the lead right back to the Panthers. A chance at a three-point play for Bryce Petty, and he's got all 5 of their points.
Good strong take there by Bryce. Got his, we called that putting them in jail, is what I was taught by my coach in school, to put your shoulder right in their sternum and make them come less down from vertical.
Alexander will try again, and he hits, this time right in front of the student section. 2 guys doing all the scoring so far. Alexander with all 6.
Alexander's found his rhythm.
And nearly a steal. Coleman off of a screen. Will drive baseline, step back. Davidson got too much.
That's that length from Coleman. He was able to use a step back to create some space. Davidson just came down trying to block that shot. Didn't stay vertical. He got a piece of Coleman's arm, and it's going to take him to the line.
And here is the terrific Jermaine Coleman, just a junior. He's got 1 more year with Coach Adams. Couple dribbles. First free throw is off the mark for Jermaine. Will be playing his basketball surely at the next level. Second one will go down.
You make the free throw, get into a little 1-2-2 pressure.
And you put Coleman at the top of it.
And that's a...
Trojans break the pressure. Davidson's shot is wild. And kind of a delayed call there. Definitely a foul on Davidson. Maybe a frustration call.
Caleb Harris there was able to, on the back end of that press, was able to come out of that rebound and secure it. A nice strong grip. Was able to fight off a couple of Chatard Trojans and earn a foul.
That'll force Coach Roseman to put TJ Ford into the ball game as Davidson has 2 fouls.
Let's see if that changes any of the game plan here for Chatard, even on the defensive end.
Petty sees St. John come over to help. Coleman catch and shoot. Still won't go. And pushing the pace the other way. Boy, got up into the air and able to dish it off to Ford. Was right, but no points that trip.
I do like Chatard, though, pushing the ball. When you got 16.5 points not on the floor right now, you got to look for as easy baskets as possible, and that transition game can get you some really good looks, quick early offense.
Petty using the whole floor, hands off to Bowles, and nicely done by Jordan Bowles for his first bucket.
One thing he knows is finger roll. That was pretty move.
Keeping that ball well away from the defender, and this time a deflection. Bowles will try a 3. It's off the mark. St. John had a chance at the board, but it's grabbed by McAllister. St. John. Alexander will try again. Third time's not the charm. Almost a tip in by Wright. McAllister also had a shot.
Good hustle by both teams. Lots of contact, playing through it. You got to keep fighting. If they don't make that call, you just got to keep that eyes on the backboard and try to finish.
And the intensity starting to pick up in this early going. Another substitution. We'll see Sylvester Williams check in. 2 new guys on the floor for Park Tudor. That's Ben Wilkerson and Thomas Ruffin. Another look at this finger roll by Bowles.
Little Iceman George Gervin for those of you who have a little NBA history. One of his signature moves.
Wilkerson immediately trying to make an impact. Him and Ruffin working this side of the floor. Tipped in the air, Coleman.
Yeah, Park Tudor's just going to space you out, look to drive and either get a mismatch or and get to the basket. That's how they get their paint touches, is off the dribble, just like that.
Bowles able to break down on St. John, and he'll take a trip to the free throw line.
Now, those are just tough covers. You got athletes out there. You just spread the floor. It's modern-day motion offense where you got either 5 out or 4 out, 1 in, and just look to create off the dribble to get to the basket. If the defense helps, you got an open kick out for a 3.
That foul was on Wade McAllister. And Bowles will put the first free throw down. I want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, audio, or video without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Jordan Bowles goes 2 for 2. He now has 4 points.
Yeah, and Jared, Park Tudor's 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
And they could make a night out of trips to the free throw line. Deflected out of bounds. They say last touch by Chatard.
Active hands. The intensity, as you mentioned earlier, is picking up. And you put Jermaine Coleman with a long wingspan at the top of that press. It creates a lot of havoc for the offensive team.
And I'm sure there's some assistant coaches for Park Tudor that keep track of deflections, loose balls. I'm guessing Jermaine Coleman's towards the top of those categories.
I'm sure he is. With that wingspan and be able to guard both post and wing players, definitely is an advantage for him on the defensive end as well.
He's got the basketball.
And just see how they're spread out, want to create space and room for him to create off the dribble and pull up for a jump shot.
I was just inside the three-point line, off the mark. Into the lane, a kick out to Ford. New player in for Chatard with the basketball. That's Kevin Wells, and a traveling violation going to go against Wells. Timeout, 30-second, called by Coach Tim Adams of Park Tudor. And the clock stops at 1:52. Park Tudor has a 4-point lead. Serenity Care Services is an Indiana licensed service agency. We are the friendly, experienced team of caregivers that you have been seeking. Call Angela today at 317-900-6202. Serenity Care Services, serving Indianapolis and the 5 surrounding areas. So early on the scoring, it's been 5 points from Petty and Bowles. And Coleman still trying to find a groove. He's been 0 for 4 shooting from the floor.
Yeah, and for Chatard, you got to get someone in the scoring column besides C.J. Alexander. You got to get someone else going to the basket, maybe get to the foul line, get something easy. Against a press, that's going to have an opportunity for you to break a press and create a 3-on-2 possibility. For Park Tudor, you got a 4-point lead, and Jermaine Coleman hasn't hit a basket yet. So you got to feel pretty good about where you're at from that offense standpoint. So both coaches are going to try to mix it up here with pressure, whether it's man-to-man, whether it's full court. I'd expect to see even some zone, Jarrett, by the time this ball game ends, just to try to find something that gets you on a little bit of a run.
And with that size discrepancy, zone may be the type of defense that the Trojans, they might try it at some point tonight. 3 in the corner is good. I believe that was Ruffin, and it was. First 3 of the night for Park Tudor, and their largest lead at 7. Wells not on the same page with St. John.
Yeah, and St. John had that back cut. Actually, it was a really good cut, but Wells was looking for that quick ball reversal. And leads to a turnover. Park Tudor defensive pressure. And their defense is growing confidence now. It's it's relating to their offense, right? They're playing good defense, and that's showing in on the other end as the offense is starting to come a little bit easier for them.
80 seconds left to go in this opening quarter. Coleman met by Ford. Has it knocked away. Williams, scrappy, but Park Tudor holds on to it. Ruffin, he throws it away.
Well, that's a good coaching adjustment there by Coach Roseman. He sent a second defender at Coleman as he was starting to make his move, and kind of a jump trap. Threw him off a little bit, got a deflection, would end up led to a turnover for Park Tudor.
Alexander with all the scoring so far for Bishop Chatard, trying to get the rest of his offense going. They run a nice set. Alexander off of a screen, but Williams had his back turned. St. John coming off that 18-point performance. That shot may have been tipped. It was Alexander trying another three.
Let's see if Park Tudor, I was going to say goes for one shot, but when you got transition and Thomas Ruffin dive into the basket.
That was awfully quick for the Panthers. Ruffin, 5 bench points.
Chatard definitely needs this ball to go in.
And it does. St. John, he connects on a three. That's been their whole scoring.
Yeah, haven't been able to finish around the basket, but the three ball has been kind to them as they've hit 3 threes here in the first quarter and cuts the lead to 6.
3 seconds. Ruffin has to get a shot off. Petty, catch and shoot. Left it short. Nonetheless, a good first quarter for the home team. The Panthers lead it 15-9 over Bishop Chatard. Second quarter upcoming on IndianaSRN.
Hire someone to take care of your loved one when you're away? Maybe your family member just needs someone to talk to when you're not around. Why not contact Indiana licensed Serenity Care Services? Call Angela, owner of Serenity Care Services, at 317-900-6202. Our team of trained and experienced personal care providers are licensed to serve seniors requiring companion care and light housekeeping services in Indianapolis and its 5 surrounding counties. Call us today at 317-900-6202. Now hiring qualified applicants.
Balanced scoring between 3 players of Chatard. Bryce Petty, Thomas Ruffin have 5 points each. Jordan Bowles with 4, and they have a 6-point lead heading to quarter number 2. All the scoring so far from Chatard has been 3-pointers. Alexander with 2 of them, and Carter St. John able to knock down what could very well be a big shot, because if you don't hit that, now you could be down by 9, and you're in a tough spot in the early going.
You are, and it's good to see the ball go in the basket. St. John came off a career-high 18 points against Roncalli on Wednesday, so seeing that ball go through, defense are going to guard you different when you score 18 as opposed to just averaging 5 or 6 points. So that's an adjustment, too, and Park Tudor has got this lead just off their defense, really causing problems for Chatard in everything they're wanting to do, whether it's their length and their athleticism and size inside. Really doing a nice job.
Alexander met with a tall wall of Coleman, so they opt to kick things back out.
And there's a perfect example of that defense, right? You had an open opportunity, open layup. Jermaine Coleman walls up, stays vertical, and Alexander isn't able to even get a shot up there 4 feet from the basket.
St. John nearly a steal by Bowles. Carter gets into the lane, back out. Alexander, a hard closeout. He blows right past them, and the floater goes down for TJ.
See, now what I really liked about that play, Jared, is that he didn't go all the way to the basket, right? He got to about the volleyball line and decided to go up with his shot. You get too deep, you get caught in the trees, you get kind of stuck, and you really can't make a play. So making a play early in that 5-foot area is what Chatard really needs to do.
Alexander had just 5 points in their last game 2 days ago against Roncalli. He now has 8. A drive into the lane. Wilkerson too strong off the glass.
Good strong rebound there by Wade McAllister, able to get the Trojans in transition.
Wilkerson will now try to guard Alexander. Coach Adams thought no contact there at all. Maybe Alexander just fell down, but it is a foul. Not too many whistles, and Park Tudor just has 2 team fouls.
I was going to say only 2 team fouls in a quarter-plus action. That's really good, and that speaks for the discipline for what you have and what you're trying to get accomplished on defense, especially when you press, right? I mean, usually you're aggressive in going after the basketball on the press, and that kind of creates some more fouls. So nice job by the Panthers of limiting the foul situation.
For the first time, Sam Lewis is on the floor. That's already the 9th different player out there for Coach Roseman. This is a deep team, and you're going to need those guys when you don't have Roseman. 3 seconds called on McAllister.
And you see that once in a while. Got to get out of the paint, and that's caused by the perimeter defense. Park Tudor is able to switch that, and had Chatard standing on offense. It caused a 3-second violation.
Jermaine Coleman, I think he forgot where he was for a second.
Yeah, again, you're going to put him in the middle of a press. You can throw that above to get him to attack if you need it.
Ruffin, that's where he hit his first 3. This time it's an air ball. Offensive rebound for Park Tudor. Coleman yet to score. Little razzle-dazzle, dribbles it around. Tough drive by Wilkerson. The dump down to Ruffin, who got Williams into the air. Can't finish. McAllister with the rebound.
Good penetration on the offensive end. Just couldn't finish the play.
Kick out in the corner. No good on the 3 for Colin Guy. Going the other way. Bowles loses it. Ruffin uses the white square to get another point. He's got 7.
Talk about some production off the bench, Jarrett, right? 7 points. That's been a blessing for the Panthers to get some points off their bench that early in the game.
Williams, he came off the bench. He knocks down a 3. And it's a quick timeout in response to that. 30-second timeout as Chatard cuts the deficit down to 3. The IHSAA Foundation wants you to subscribe to their newsletter, The Advocate, at IHSAAfoundation.org. We want to thank the IHSAA Foundation for what they're doing for our student athletes. So the Trojans not going away, just 2 points so far this quarter for Park Tudor. Their defense is starting to pick it up a little bit.
I was just thinking, I think Park Tudor has really been in control this entire game, and yet they're only up by 1 basket. Kudos to the Trojans for sticking with it. They've already got 5 points here in this quarter and lead the quarter in scoring 5-2, right? So you've cut into that 6-point deficit, made it a 1-possession game. A good timeout to make sure you get your organization right, make sure everyone's on the same page, whether with defense and what you want to do on offense.
And this is probably the type of game that Chatard wants to be in. They want to be in a low-scoring game. They want to hold their opponents around that 44-point mark, which is quite an impressive mark to have against your opponents in the state of Indiana.
It is, with as much talent as each of these teams have that we see on a night-in and night-out basis around the state. There's a lot of shooters and a lot of athletes.
Williams, there's that defense. They call a jump ball. Sylvester just ripped it away from someone of Park Tudor, and the arrow favors the Panthers.
Yeah, Sylvester just kind of attacks. It's almost like a run and jump press, only it's in a half court where he just kind of leaves his man and goes to trap when they start penetrating. It's a really nice scheme by Coach Roseman to employ that, and he's able to use that size and quickness to get in there and get under people and cause a disruption.
So Panthers will try again. Coleman got a quick breather at the elbow, hands off. Bowles, top of the key. It's no good. Long rebound. It's tipped at the midcourt line to Bowles.
That's good hustle by Caleb Harris. He's got his hands on a couple of those 50-50 balls to earn another possession.
Mismatch down low. Bowles drives in. Beat his man off the dribble. No points. 3 chances at a score for Park Tudor.
Couldn't capitalize, and Chatard scrappy enough to come up with that loose ball. Let's see if they can convert here. Four triples here in the 12 of their 14 points have been from behind the line, so we know that's what they're looking for, is they're going to call an illegal screen.
That's on McAllister, trying to set something up for Guy off the dribble.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before in other broadcasts where, I mean, that was on McAllister, but sometimes the fault kind of goes with the person that's with the ball, right? They got to make sure they're coming off shoulder to shoulder and coming off tight too. So it takes both of them to execute that play.
Petty, good defense by Williams, nearly shakes him. Dump down, Harris into the lane, kicks it out. Petty with an offensive rebound. Offensive rebounding has been huge in this second quarter. Coleman grabs another one. He'll put up a shot. Another offensive board. Creating some space, can't finish, finally does. Not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 shots. And Coleman finally finds his first field goal. St. John with a nice cut by Wright, but he can't get it to go. Right. Panthers the other way. More contact.
Yeah, quickly down the floor. And it's starting to get a little chippy out there as motions are starting to run a little high.
Williams saw Harris come over and try to tie him up. That's who they get the foul on. Or not a foul, it was just a jump ball. And the arrow this time will go towards Chatard. Whole lot of contact, couple of drives, guys falling over all over the place. Nothing.
And if you're Chatard, it's frustrating, right? When you're trying to block out and they're just rebounding over the top of you. There's no really over the back call anymore, And so it gets frustrating when there's a high rebound and they're just so much longer and taller that they can reach over you and grab it.
Long, patient possession this time for the Trojans at the elbow. Guy knocks it down.
Yeah, good offensive possession there. Good movement. I like Chatard's motion offense here where they get 3 on one side and 2 on the other, and they look to penetrate. And their strength is not their size. It's their shooting ability.
Williams with another steal. He'll do it all himself with the left hand.
Sylvester Williams with 5 off the bench and making an impact. Now the lead's down to 1.
He just got his hands in there and poked it right away from Petty.
Looks like Park Tudor, with the size advantage of Coleman, is trying to put him on the block and try to get him in a situation where he's one-on-one close to the basket. With only 1 field goal, you want to get him as close to the basket as possible, maybe get an and one or get to the free throw line and let him see the ball go through the basket and gain some confidence.
Wells kind of off balance there. Gets tagged with the personal. That's team foul number 7. 1-1 the rest of the way out for Park Tudor. Bowles, he's already 2 for 2. And he stays perfect. 5 points total. Second free throw, also good. Up to a 3-point Park Tudor advantage. And at the 2-minute warning. Guy will try a 3 this time. Nearly goes down for him. Bowles across half court. Driving kick. Petty weaves his way around. Offensive rebound. What do we have here? A whistle and either a foul on Bowles or he was out of bounds. Looks like it's a personal foul.
Well, it was a good drive by Petty. I like how he attacked the basket and he's able to stick with his shot and get the rebound. I would have liked for him to come down, kind of gather himself. He kind of caught it while he was in the air and went back up. Catch that ball, maintain your balance, and go back up strong. You're going to be able to finish over these shorter defenders here of Chatard.
Williams nearly loses it. St. John kicks things out, and Guy goes right between his hands.
Need some rosin.
St. John had a 3 in the first quarter. He's been quiet other than that. Unfortunately, a turnover, and we're under 90 seconds left to go in the half.
Well, Chatard's gotten into this game with their defensive pressure.
Offensive foul on Wilkerson. They say he pushed off on Williams. Williams has been scrappy.
He's changed the game for Chatard. He's come in and he's made some really nice defensive plays, whether it's Coach Roseman telling him to go trap or whatever, but he's getting out there and he's so low and quick that it's hard to have leverage and get around him and get under him, and he's using that kind of that pesky mentality to his advantage.
Stepping up in a huge way, Sylvester Williams drawing a foul. Wilkerson picks up back-to-back.
Got some quickness. Got a shoulder by him and was able to create a foul there on Ben Wilkerson.
Out of bounds under. Still just 5 team fouls for Park Tudor. They still have 1 to give. Williams, another drive. Took a lot of contact. Was unable to finish. Bulls might have some numbers. Petty. Spin move. Drives baseline. We get a whistle, and it was the referee furthest away from the action with that call. It's going to go against Simler. Scott Simler, his first action.
And Bryce Petty able to get to get anything he wants as he's driving to the basket. He's able to get to the paint and get shots off the rim as he misses his first free throw.
6 of 8 as a team are the Panthers. Now 7 of 9. Bishop Chatard has not shot a free throw yet. Alexander with a minute to go. Simler trying to beat Ruffin. Traveling.
Simler just a little too fast, a little out of control. I think he had the right idea. Maybe if he could come to a jump stop, get his body under control, kick it to a teammate for an open shot. But credit Park Tudor with good defensive pressure.
A couple of Trojan turnovers committed in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, they fought so hard to cut into this lead, and Jermaine Coleman sees a 15-foot jump shot go in. That's going to help his confidence.
He's up to 5 points. Williams gets a nice solid bump. They got Willie Sanders on the foul.
Yep. Sylvester's Williams is such a hard cover. I don't think Park Tudor has someone with his speed to match up with him.
Alexander got off to a hot start. 2 threes knocked down in quarter number 1. He's added 2 points this quarter. Right now the Trojans down 6, holding for one last shot. Simler. He's not going to wait around. Turnaround, in and out. 8 seconds for the Panthers. Bulls to Coleman. Good defense by St. John, who tipped it from behind. And it's going to go over to the Trojans.
Yeah, now you got 3 seconds. That's at least 3 good dribbles before you need to put a shot up here in the closing part of the second quarter.
Alexander gets a running start from the volleyball line. Just too strong, had a good look at it. The Panthers retain a 6-point lead. That's what it was at after quarter number 1. They will head into the locker room up 24-18 over the Trojans of Bishop Chatard. Fairly balanced scoring amongst the Panthers. Coleman finally was able to knock down some jumpers. He has 5 points, 7 points for Thomas Ruffin, the leading scorer for the Panthers, all coming off the bench. Chatard also having some great contributions from the bench, specifically Sylvester Williams.
Sylvester Williams came in and really got the team going, cut the lead of Park Tudor down to 1 possession, right? So, and he was able to hit a 3, get to the basket. His penetration there toward the end of the second quarter caused problems, caused Park Tudor to create or make fouls and made the game easier for his teammates. Like you said, a lot of balanced scoring, though, especially for Park Tudor with Ruffin with 7, Bowles with 6, Petty with 6. And you got to have a feeling Jermaine Coleman's going to take off in this second half with only 5 points. He's only got 2 made field goals, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. You just get a sense that he can take over this game once he sees the ball start getting through the hoop.
A pink out tonight for the Park Tudor students. Their team leads it by 6 as we enter our halftime show, brought to you by the Hoosier Basketball Magazine. The second half is upcoming next, right here on Indiana SRN.
Today, greed, selfish interest, and barefaced corruption seem all the fashion. America needs great men of tolerance who can give honest debate to the great issues of the day. I'm seeing mostly squabbling, men squandering their time, being wolves to one another. Yet, I'm not without hope. We still have Freemasonry. Yes, the same Freemasons that helped create this country have always provided great men when needed. And today, in every city and town in America, Freemasonry is still providing that special place where young men can find their greatness and accomplished men can give something back. Yes, in this time of great hope, it is my hope that America will see that Freemasonry is a national treasure that cannot be separated from our country's future.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
Hi,
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
More basketball moments away from Park Tudor High School. It's the Panthers who have a halftime lead, 24-18. It's the Hoosier Basketball Magazine halftime show. Along with Clark Chafin, Jarrett Lewis with you here, our producer Greg Smith, cameraman Ken Thomason, delivering you some Indiana high school basketball on this Friday night. It was early three-point shooting from the Trojans. That was all their scoring in the first quarter. They had 3 made threes. There was a 15-9 lead for Park Tudor. And then a little bit more of a different ball game. They started scoring the basketball in the paint. And they are led in scoring by TJ Alexander, who has 8. We mentioned more balanced offensively were Park Tudor. Jermaine Coleman started to find a little bit of a groove. They have 4 players with 5 points or more. Right now it's Ruffin setting that pace with 7 off the bench. How about the bench players tonight for both sides?
Really making an impact. They're really making an impact, whether it's Sylvester Williams on both on offense and defense. Ruffin hitting the 3 right out of the gate as soon as he gets into the game from the baseline and adding a couple more buckets and leading his team in scoring. For sure. I look in the second half for some keys for Chatard is to continue to be patient on offense. They want to slow that game down and keep those possessions. And as they drive, pull up. Don't get all the way to the basket because that's when they're kind of getting into some trouble. Pull up around that volleyball line and be able to finish. They've had a couple of times where they were really successful on those attempts. Defensively, keep changing your defense. A pressing team doesn't like to be pressed, is the old adage. So if Park Tudor's pressuring, you want to keep doing that. For Park Tudor, get Coleman going, right? You could see in the parts there in the second quarter where they were trying to isolate him on the block and get him one-on-one in the post. So post him up, get him going, and just keep pressuring the ball on defense.
You just said it right there. A lot of his scoring or his attempted scoring has been jump shots. You think you got to put him back down on the block? I think so. I think they have an advantage down there.
Well, and he's got such a height mismatch from that. Put him on the right block so when he turns, he's a left-handed. He's got his body between, absolutely right, he's got his body between the defender, and then he can go up and finish. He just needs to finish and then expand it out to the elbow area, the 15-foot area. And if he gets 1 or 2 of those to fall, then he can get back into that three-point line.
The Panthers will now switch sides, heading towards their student section, which every time I look at it, looks like it's gotten bigger. And they're starting to cover some of that spot in the corner. Pull-up jump shot is good. Jordan Bowles gets the second half scoring going.
Yeah, Jordan Bowles is a terrific player. He does on both ends. I really like to watch him on film, get after it on defense as well and anticipate those passes. But he can do a lot of things for the Panthers on the offensive end.
Alexander will try a pull-up jumper. It's short. Coleman going to attack Davidson. Traveling violation. He tried the Euro step into the lane, but too many steps.
Yeah, that Euro step can be a little tricky. It's used more to go side to side, right? And he was continuing to go in the straight line. I think that's what kind of got him that third step and caused that travel.
Trojans will try their scoring again. St. John was quiet. 3 points. Shot is up, no good. McAllister, offensive board, saves it into the hands of Davidson. And now TJ will drive on Coleman, beat him with the left hand, and Jermaine gets called for a hand check foul.
A little set play there by Chatard, kind of a screener for Alexander. He got the game going with 2 threes for the Trojans. Unable to get that one down, but it was a nice play and good shot right in rhythm, just didn't fall.
St. John and Davidson, they combined for 36 2 days ago. Right now, it's just 3 points between the two. Williams off a screen. Nice hesitation. He faked out the defender and just first move was explosive.
Very quick off that first dribble. And again, he pulled up from the volleyball line. Didn't get all the way underneath the paint and get in trouble by the long athletic defense of Park Tudor.
Harris into the lane. Offensive foul. Davidson. He's done that a lot this year, taking charges.
Well, that's just being alert on defense. That's all attributed to him jumping to the ball. If you jump to the ball and move on every pass, there he's in the right place at the right time, is able to draw the charge.
Harris picks up number 2. Wilkerson is the only one in foul trouble. He's got 3. They swing the ball around, 2-3 zone from the Panthers. McAllister came flashing from the opposite block. Tried to dump it down to Davis. It is ripped away. Harris was the last to touch it.
Good cut. You want to attack his zone right in the middle. And liked how the ball was reversed quick. Got the defense moving, shifting a couple of times. Then you want to get it in the middle. And from there in the middle, you can either do a high-low or go opposite. And it looks like Park Tudor switches now back to a man-to-man.
McAllister extends out.
A little flex offense for the Trojans. Back screen, down screen.
St. John stays patient. He gets called for traveling. It was a good move. He curled that screen right into the lane.
And I thought he came to a jump stop even to try to control himself, but he kind of jumped backwards and took an extra step to regain his balance, and the official called him for a travel.
So now it's the Panthers. Coleman, he comes off of the screen and knocks down a 3.
Oh, Jared, I think that's big.
His first triple tonight. Sylvester Williams splits the defense.
Williams with 9 off the bench. That's a quick response and a quick answer. Now watch him go trap this basketball here.
I don't think he's going to see the bench perhaps the rest of the game.
He's provided a good spark for this team.
Coleman will dish it to Petty. Back-to-back 3s. Bryce Petty this time.
Coleman gets that attention. He's made one. You make a 3, then they're going to come out and pressure you, and that's when you can kind of drive and create for others. Petty in the corner is able to knock that one down.
And it was Williams again trying to act quickly and get behind the defense. He draws a foul that time.
And they stretch the lead out to 10 here, have the Park Tudor Panthers.
Second foul called on Willie Sanders, and he hits the bench. St. John able to get around Bowles. He may have had a shot himself. He opted to get it to Davidson.
Oh, throw a bounce pass.
And the length of Coleman.
Yeah.
He was just able to knock that out.
Throw a bounce pass. That ball's by his feet, not his hands.
Alexander fades away, too strong in the paint.
Good block out there by Caleb Harris. Keep it away from McAllister, but the Trojans are still able to come away with the loose ball, that 50-50 ball, and get another possession.
It was Williams who grabbed the loose ball. And he has the basketball currently. St. John, no hesitation, almost got a bounce. Coleman will bring it across with the left hand and tries to swing it over to Wilkerson, who wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, again, you see Chatard sending another defender at Coleman, making him give the ball up in the middle of the floor. But thinking about Carter St. John here in that last possession, he was open for a three. I mean, he's got Park Tudor's best defender on him after having 18 last night and not having Roseman in the game as their leading scorer. So he's gotten some respect given to him. He should wear that badge with pride.
They dish it to Davidson in the corner. Now Williams and Alexander work the top.
Just nice patience here by Chatard, not making the defense work.
St. John was able to beat Coleman off the dribble. And he draws a foul.
And I think you can do this kind of offense when you have 7 seniors on your squad, right? This is something where they've been through these wars, they've been through these games and practices, and they have that experience. So, especially this late in the season, they should be comfortable with this type of scheme.
St. John fakes him out. Sylvester in the corner. Knocks down that triple. How about this game for Sylvester Williams? He's got 12 points to lead the Trojans scoring. Coach Roseman opts to take a timeout here. Cuts the lead down to 7. Full timeout. We'll take a break with them. 3:14 left to go in the third quarter.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
All 8 third quarter points for Bishop Chatard have come from Sylvester Williams. He averages 7.5 this season. He's second on the team in steals also with 2. He's had a couple of those so far tonight defensively, and the defense picks up a little bit for the moment. It won't cause a turnover yet. Quite a save from Petty, and it ends up being a Harris 2.
Wow, Chatard was feeling pretty good about that whole situation. Ball was scrambling. You got him exactly what happened. You got exactly what you wanted out of it. An out-of-control team. They were able to recover and get an easy basket.
Alexander can't get around Coleman, but it was a good cut by St. John. He's got to finish that. Bulls the other way. Blocking foul this time.
St. John's had a few nice back cuts that they haven't connected on, and that one, again, just that length and defensive pressure at the rim and underneath the basket by Park Tudor was able to cause that miss, and then the other end, Jordan Bowles attacks, and now he gets to the free throw line.
Bowles has had now his third separate trip to the free throw line. He's perfect so far, 5 of 5.
Oh, Jarrett, you said that perfect word. Let's see what happens on this one.
Is there a jinx upcoming?
No.
Nope. Not this time.
He drills it.
Now into double digits is Jordan Bowles. He's got 10. An 11-point lead for the Panthers, the largest it has been.
And after made free throws, you can get set up in this 1-2, this diamond press. as Alexander is able to break it, get to the middle of the lane. Can't get it to fall, though.
Another bunny that won't fall for the Trojans. Up the floor to Petty, and he's able to finish. A huge run going on right now for the Panthers. It's up to a 13-point lead.
Yeah, largest lead of the night for Park Tudor. Being able to execute against a press and a trap and able to finish at the rim. They're making those shots that they were missing early in the game up by the rim, where we saw them have multiple shot attempts.
30-second timeout this time, called by Coach Adams of Park Tudor. And a big 2:17 left in this third quarter for Chatard to cut into this deficit. It's the largest it's been. They've trailed by 6 after each quarter, and now they find themselves in unfamiliar territory. If you want to get involved in the game of basketball or any other sport in the state of Indiana, become an IHSAA official, contact Sandra Walter at ihsaa.org/officials or at 317-846-6601. Not very many whistles, not very many fouls. It's mostly been clean basketball through a little over 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, and they're letting them play, and so, you know, it's been consistent on both ends. They're letting both teams play under the basket, so now that you know that expectation, be able to play through it, but the whistles are doing a nice job. The guys in the stripes, it's a tough job, it's a hard job, and they do a fantastic with it. I like when they're out there talking with the kids as well, kind of calms them down and make sure they see, hey, you know, hands off or whatever, so that everyone's on the same page.
And right now they're making sure there's some jerseys tucked in appropriately, and they do indeed get that figured out. St. John triggers it into Guy. Out of the 30-second timeout.
Yeah, and Park Tudor goes to the zone out of bounds underneath the basket here. A different look.
Ford out to Guy. Too strong on the three. Kevin Wells rises up high for the board, but it's ripped away by Harris. Petty. Nice spin move. Gets around Guy. Can't finish. Harris is there. He had a shot at it. Going the other way. St. John at Coleman. Wells a three. It's no good. A little bit up and down. The Panthers may opt to slow things down. Or perhaps not. Coleman off the mark with that three. Panthers are getting a lot of the hustle plays. The hustle plays are trending towards their side.
Yeah, even the shot volume is so much more. It's such a big discrepancy here as Bowles makes a nice move to the basket.
Bowles with an impressive third quarter. A huge swat by Coleman.
Here comes Park Tudor on the attack.
Nice pass. Petty is there. Give the assist to Willie Sanders. And the floodgates perhaps have opened up.
Well, it was a 10-point lead. It was a 32-22 game at one point. They're on a 10-3 run here to extend this lead for the Panthers. Doing a nice job of attacking. And like we said, those bunnies that they were missing here in the first half, they're knocking those down. They're starting to finish.
There was a foul on Willie Sanders, and in the act of shooting was TJ Ford. So he has free throws upcoming. Guaranteed 2. First one is going to fall through. Williams gets a quick breather. He'll finish out this 58.7. McAllister also checks in. Thomas Ruffin is into the ball game, and he was actually leading the Panthers in scoring at half with 7. Bishop Chatard has utilized 6 guys off of the bench. Second free throw won't go for Ford.
And Petty's done a nice job of handling the ball, too. It's not just Bowles, but Petty's done a nice job of breaking a press off the dribble and even attacking. I thought he's been really good at getting to the rim.
They get it to Coleman in the paint. Ford able to save it. Into the corner. Wells a 3. McAllister offensive board. Williams, he had his shot blocked. Alexander, a deep three. Top of the key, he nails it. Third three-pointer tonight for TJ Alexander. Not wasting any time as Ruffin. Two players hit the deck.
And a first down.
Over that goal line, Ruffin carrying that rock.
He was just attacking the basket. That was a good, clean play. I think Sylvester Williams was in there, and he was just going after the ball. He was trying to even get a jump ball, and they just went down. But it was a nice attack by Park Tudor.
That was on Williams. He did pick up a foul there. He stays out on the floor, 15.5.
Maybe a lob here. No, clear out on one side. Nice back cut by Petty.
And the pass by Bulls, his eyes were not looking towards Petty. They were going there the whole time.
And it was a bounce pass. I like bounce passes.
Alexander, hesitation. Can't use the glass. Third quarter buzzer sounds. And it was a third quarter that was all Panthers. Petty and Bulls combined for 15 points in that quarter. It's a 15-point lead for Park Tudor heading to the fourth and final quarter. Don't go anywhere. Indiana High School basketball on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
(44-29) is our score here from Park Tudor High School. Clark Chafin and Jarrett Lewis with you here. Thanks so much for tuning in on IndianaSRN. We had 3 basketball games tonight on the family of networks. We also had some swimming. So,
well, I would not be good at that event.
No, me neither.
None of those. I would need a raft.
I used to be good at that event. I mean, I could swim for days as a kid, but now...
Those athletes are amazing to me. Them and cross-country runners, kudos to anyone that does that.
And you think about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. swimming workouts. Oh, boy. Not for me. Nice back cut by St. John. Took a hard foul from Bowles.
Nice bounce pad, little pocket pass there as St. John was cutting. Again, uses his body to shield the defender and create the foul. He's going to be able to go to the line. He only has 3 points from a three-pointer there in the first quarter, this Carter St. John, who's a 5'11 senior.
First free throw is good for Carter St. John.
That was a big third quarter here by Park Tudor, winning at 20-11 and increasing that lead. This is going to be a very big first part of the fourth quarter here for Chatard to cut into that lead.
And got to get off to a good start, and they do with a tough drive by St. John, but he's only able to get 1 point out of it. They're looking at Coleman. Decides to kick things out. Bowles into the lane. Drive and kick. It was deflected, I think, first by Chatard, and then that altered the path to Coleman, and it was last touched by him.
Chatard sticking with that strategy of doubling Coleman. Then when they put him in the block there, I like him on that block, on that right side block, because he can turn and go to his left shoulder and have some space. But the Trojans were able to continue to double team him and being uncomfortable. He only has 8 points for the Panthers.
Other guys able to step up. Petty and Bowles both into double figures. Davidson, he hasn't scored tonight. Ruffin grabs the rebound.
And if you're Park Tudor now, you can, obviously you're still playing the game, but you want to run your stuff, and a little forced pass there. Would have been a tough catch and a tough basket, put him in an awkward situation. Turnover.
Yeah, they ran roughing off the screen. Coach Adams thought he was being held. These two teams did not face off with each other last year. They last played on Valentine's Day in 2020. Williams, he can't continue his hot third quarter shooting. It's out of bounds, and it'll go over to the Panthers. Bishop Chatard was on the better end of that game, 69-65, a much higher scoring affair 2 years ago.
Chatard here with a little full court pressure themselves. Just man-to-man, no diamond press, no trapping. But I think as soon as Coleman gets the ball, you'll see a second defender run at him.
They don't run a second defender. Alexander picks him up. It's a three-pointer that won't go for Coleman. Now Williams trying to do what he does best. It hangs on the rim for a couple of seconds. Williams will have a chance at points at the free throw line.
He does such a good job. He's not very tall, but he does a good job of just changing his gears, right? Changing his speed, and he goes from fast to really fast. I mean, some people like me would be from slow to just kind of slow. He goes from fast to really fast, and he does it really quick and gains that advantage.
Williams has 12 points. Can't tack onto that total. He did not score in the first quarter. He has really picked up his game here of late. And they're going to need more of that to try to get back into this one. You have just shy of 6 minutes. Second free throw does fall. And that's something Chatard hasn't done much of at all tonight. They have shot 6 free throws. They're 50%. All those free throws have been in the second half. Defense picks up a little bit. Petty in the corner. Too much contact from Williams, who was trying to cut him off.
Yeah, Chatard changing defense there to go into a half-court trap, trying to hurry up the defense, trying to create a turnover, getting as many possessions as possible. Possession arrow not in their favor, so they need to somehow get the ball back and get some points on the board.
Wilkerson. Haven't seen much of him in the second half. Ball is on the floor. Coleman was able to pick it up. Kind of a flailing shot, but it does draw a foul. They're going to tag Davidson with his third.
Right place at the right time was Coleman in that loose ball scramble situation, was able to go up with it and draw the foul and gets him to the free throw line.
Coleman, his third free throw. He's now just 1 of 3. Park Tudor yet to score in this quarter. But Coleman does end that streak.
Yeah, I like that second free throw better. Took his time, took a deep breath, and kind of, settled down a little bit. Didn't hurry. I thought the first one he looked kind of hurried and shot it long. So good job on that second free throw.
Nice crossover by Davidson. They do not count the shot. They say the foul was on the floor.
Well, and with Chatard being in the bonus and shooting free throws the rest of the way, that Coach Roseman's going to want them to get downhill and attack that defense. If you can score with that clock stop, that's going to be beneficial for you.
Davidson finally gets into the box score.
Yeah, Davidson averaging 7.7 points per contest. Need him to step up in the absence of Roseman.
Perfect trip for Davidson, 2 for 2. Full court pressure. Petty, nice feed up the floor to Bowles. Baseline, Bowles uses the glass. Jordan Bowles, 14 points.
A nice play there by Bowles. If they're going to press you and you're going to have an avenue to score, take advantage of it.
And a rejection by Bowles up the floor. Coleman, slam time. Alexander tries to thread the needle. Foul from behind by Jordan Bowles. And that's a good way to get the home crowd into a ball game. You could sense that it was coming for Jermaine.
Sized it up, right? Caught it, got his footwork ready, went up with a two-handed flush. Add a little power to it. Nice job by Jermaine Coleman.
We'll get a timeout on the floor before we see free throws. It's a full timeout. 16-point lead for Park Tudor on their way to winning their 8th straight game, perhaps. 4:49 left to go.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Free throws upcoming for Chatard. That's been all of their scoring so far in this fourth quarter. Here's a score via the two-handed flush from Jermaine Coleman.
Yeah, gets his steps right, go up strong, and hammers it down. Love the excitement from his student body, his classmates, and his teammates. So excited for him to get up and hammer that one down.
Alexander, first free throw isn't good. Park Tudor thinks it was 1-1.
Yeah, there's some discussion by the officials. Nobody was really moving.
And so Chatard thought it was 2 fouls. And Park Tudor thought it was 1-1.
Now the question is if it was a shooting foul or a common foul. If it was a common foul, it would be a 1-1 since they're not in the double bonus yet. If it's a shooting foul, it would be 2 shots. They're going to say it was a common foul, and it'll be Park Tudor's possession.
Yeah, Bowles stepped in, and he was vocal. He said, I grabbed that rebound, and it was 1-1, so we will gladly take it the other way.
And the Chatard's coaching staff saying, well, if you're unsure, let's call it a jump ball, which might be what the maybe that official remembers the play and understands it was a common foul, and Coach Roseman.
Yeah, no argument.
Here comes the press.
Bowles flashes to the middle of the floor. Gets it across quickly.
And then this is a time of the game where you want to stay aggressive and attack, but you also want to make sure that you get a good shot and use the clock. The clock needs to run down. That's your friend, right?
Trojans were aggressive. They almost got a steal. And then more aggressive on the other end was Bryce Petty.
That's been Petty's strength tonight. He's been taking it to the basket. He had a real nice third quarter there where he finished strong.
At this point, it's Petty and Bowles duking it out, trying to get player of the game honors. Those two have exploded in the second half. The third quarter was huge for them.
Well, we'll have the committee have their input. We'll see what they come up with.
Foul is on Alexander. 16 fouls for Chatard.
Yeah, that'll put the Panthers into the bonus. So if you're Park Tudor getting the ball in the hands of Jordan Bowles, he's 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Petty's 3 for 4, and a nice ball fake to get to the rim. Bryce Petty doing it all.
17 points for Bryce Petty. Wraparound pass, nicely done by Williams. Second chance will fall for TJ Ford. Still 16 points, and they quickly foul Wilkerson.
That was a really good pass. I mean, I didn't even see the offensive guy on the other side, so for him to utilize that bounce pass and get it around the defender and Ford able to finish, but that was a nice pass by Sylvester Williams.
A lot of tools to the resume for Sylvester.
Absolutely.
They'll send Wilkerson to the free throw line. It's free throws the rest of the way. Wilkerson has not scored tonight. There's been 5 different players tally points for Park Tudor. Wilkerson too strong off the back iron. Coleman easily brings it down. A tough shot won't fall down for him. But offensive rebounding, when you compare the teams next to each other, the check mark has most definitely been on Park Tudor's side.
The shot volume for Park Tudor it's been a big discrepancy of how many shots they've got to the basket as opposed to Chatard.
Fouls on Colin Guy. Couple substitutions for the Trojans. Almost getting too little too late. Want to remind you, Basketball Weekly. Take an in-depth look at Indiana high school basketball with Troy D. and the coach every Monday, IndianaSRN.org. Also on the sports page. Make sure you check that out. Basketball Weekly on IndianaSRN. Missed free throw by Petty. Ford into the lane. Ran over somebody, taking the charge. He gets up, and that is Drew DeFrance, who's playing his first minutes tonight.
Nice job by Drew DeFrance of establishing his position, taking it right in the chest. And, good job there of getting that possession back for Park Tudor.
DeFrance now has the basketball, gets knocked over by St. John. Two free throws now. Coming up both ways, DeFrance will have a chance to score.
Yeah, get him on the scoreboard. The junior goes to the line wearing his number 23. Providing some nice energy off the bench. A nice heady play there on defense. Gets rewarded with an opportunity to score.
With the win tonight on their home court, Park Tudor has a chance to extend their winning streak to 8 games, move to 12-4. Their next game, they got to get right up and at it tomorrow. A double weekend with University.
Yeah, they've got some good teams coming up. University's 11-6. Then they got Central Christian, who's a really nice ball club, has 2 really good players in Elijah Mattingly and Christian Woods. They're 13-6. Providence Crystal Rays 0-15, and then Indianapolis Metropolitan is their last game of the year with 8-9.
DeFrance goes 1 for 2. Alexander not wasting any time with a big 3, his 4th tonight. And responding with a full timeout is Coach Roseman. We'll take a break as well. 3:34 left to decide this one from Park Tudor High School.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Still at a double-digit advantage for the Park Tudor Panthers and the Park Tudor faithful. They like what they see. Not much time left to decide this one. As long as you hit your free throws, says Clark Chafin.
You got to be solid here. You break the press, meet your passes, and be strong with the ball. They're gonna foul you because they have to extend the game. There's a foul just before they even get to an inbounds ball, I think. Yeah, they're going to call a foul right off the bat. So it looks like Jordan Bowles is going to go to the line where he's 6 for 6. If you're Park Tudor, that's who you want at the free throw line. Get Jordan Bowles there and extend this lead, and then go back on defense and just play solid. You know they're going to try to get to the basket or shoot threes. Get the rebound. You've been dominant on the glass all night. Just continue what you've been doing on the defensive end. But don't foul.
This hasn't been the best free throw shooting quarter for Park Tudor. They're now 3 of 6 as Petty hits that one. But still, free throws have been going in for Park Tudor. They have about 3 times the amount of attempts Bishop Chatard does.
Well, that was an old recipe for success when Bob Knight coached, right? They made more free throws than the other team attempted, and that was a big recipe for success for those Indiana teams.
Check that. That was Jordan Bowles who hit both of his free throws, and now he's going to take a seat. He may have finished his night's work. Chatard has to move fast. St. John will pass up the 2 for a different 2, and it'll go in for Simler. Foul on the far side of the floor. Colin Guy has his third. This could be a long 3-19 upcoming.
It very well could be, but that's what Chatard needs to do to extend this game. They're going to have to foul, hope for missed free throws, and get the ball back, and they got to capitalize on every possession. You're in emergency mode.
DeFrance.
And that was a good-looking free throw. Come into the game and your first points right from the free throw line, different feeling than getting in kind of an easy basket off of a layup or a putback off an offensive rebound. So after missing his first one, his last 3 have been really pretty smooth shots.
And the Panthers have now shot more free throws this quarter than Chatard has in the entire game. 6 of 9. In the fourth for Park Tudor, they still lead by 16. St. John, again, tries to kick things back out, and Coleman is right there to intercept it.
Yeah, and that's just the good help and recover there with him and Caleb Harris getting in front of the defense and stopping that penetration. And just the length of Jermaine Coleman, he was able to grab that ball and just hold it in the palm of his hand and absorb the foul and go to the free throw line.
A rather quiet game for Coleman, but still 12 points is always a good mark to set in any game. A couple of substitutions. Ben Wright has checked in.
And maybe if Park Tudor extends this lead, we'll see if the strategy changes for Chatard.
Coleman able to go 2 for 2. Largest lead for the Panthers, up to 18. Alexander off of a screen, got a lot of contact at the arm from Petty. And perhaps the last thing you want to do if you're the Panthers is commit fouls.
Don't foul.
Especially on a 3.
Don't foul.
And especially being TJ Alexander.
And he has hit 4 threes, so you know he's their big threat tonight in terms of playing with confidence and knocking that shot down. So you want to get a hand up, but not that close.
He hasn't shot any free throws yet tonight up until that one. Alexander's got 15 points. Williams second tonight with 13.
You know, you think of Sylvester Williams and TJ Alexander, they're the ones that averaged about 7 points, 8 points a game. They're the 2 players that have really stepped up and from a scoring standpoint to kind of carry the load of A.J. Roseman, who's been out last night. That was more of a Carter St. John opportunity to do that. So nice to see different players stepping up and making plays for the Trojans.
Whistle in the backcourt for the first time. Nolan Stifler is in. He gets called for the foul.
And they put Bowles at the line, too. So someone who they really want there for Park Tudor. And he knocks another one down.
Quite the game tonight for Jordan Bowles. He is 9 of 9 shooting free throws. He has shot at least 2 free throws in each quarter.
And that's part of his offensive game, is that being able to drive and create contact and get to the rim. And that's a strength. He recognizes that he can get to the free throw line and knock him down, so he's going to force that contact and get to the free throws.
Sylvester Williams with a nice spin move and the finish. A chance at a three-point play for him. Park Tudor able to reach their season average of 60 points. It's going to be enough to, from the looks of it, knock down Bishop Chatard tonight. Although these last 20-some seconds have turned into about 4 or 5 minutes. Williams does convert the old-fashioned three-point play.
Nice night by Williams, 17 points.
Double dribble, or they'll call it travel. Got into a tough spot, was DeFrance. This game's not technically over yet. We still got a lot of time.
Well, yeah, and if you're Chatard, you're doing offense for defense here, and you just have to hope you get a turnover or miss free throws, and then you got to come away with points on your end, as they did right there in a nice out-of-bounds play by Robert Davidson for his 4 points all in this quarter.
That's a quick 2 picked up. Williams can't believe the call.
Almost got a travel. Bowles turned around and didn't recognize there was a defender right in the way. Was elusive enough and had the presence of mind to get the ball on the floor and take a dribble so they wouldn't call a travel and earn a trip to the free throw line where he's 4 for 4 this quarter.
Can Bowles stay perfect tonight?
Yes. At least on that one.
One more to come. That's right. 11 of 11.
He's got a nice looking free throw, bends his knees, gets on his toes. Nice rotation right over the front of the rim, pretty much textbook.
Alexander, a deep 3. Bowles, the first to 20 tonight. And the majority of those via the charity stripe. Coleman was looking for a drive the other way. Williams, he's able to finish. Keep up with the full court pressure. Petty is able to get out of it. They have numbers. They lob it to Coleman. Would have been an exclamation point if Coleman's able to flush it. Davidson tries to go underneath. Now Alexander taking the charge. Is that the second charge taken by DeFrance?
It is. There's a second charge. That was a great play by him because he was out of bounds as Alexander got that ball. He sprinted to where he wasn't underneath the goal to create that position to get that charge.
We got a timeout on the court. Coach Roseman opts to take it. It's a full timeout. They trail by 15 with 1:56 left to play from Park Tudor High School.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
Sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
It's almost getting to be too little, too late, trading buckets and actually trading free throws. This quarter alone, Park Tudor is 12 of 15 with their free shots. They go the length of the floor to Petty. And I guess last touch by Guy. Dangerous pass, boy.
Kind of risky when you also had a few guys kind of running to you. So maybe they felt that was the best option. But if you're Park Tudor, all you got to do is just play solid. You don't even need to look at the basket. Just protect the ball. As there's that man, Sylvester Williams.
Williams is everywhere. In this half, Sylvester now has, I believe, 14 points in this half alone?
Counting that one be 16. He's up to 21 for the game. Averaging 7.4 points per contest. You know, we talk at pregame about where those points are going to come from. Well, answer number 1 is Sylvester Williams. Answer number 2 is TJ Alexander. Alexander has 16.
It's a game of his career for Sylvester. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be in a losing effort.
Ruffin to the line, had a really good first half for Park Tudor with 7 points off the bench. Kind of gave him a spark and was able to extend that lead in the first half and maintain a 6-point lead throughout the contest there in the beginning stages.
Ruffin knocked down the first 3 of the game for Park Tudor. They've only hit 3 of them.
Yeah, they've done most of their damage around in the paint, right? And at the free throw line especially, we know from an offensive standpoint, they're average 16.2 points per contest, so they have exceeded their point total average on the season in tonight's game.
Ruffin is nothing but net on the second. Chatard has to move fast. Williams, nobody picks him up. He steps into a 3. Coleman, easy rebound, but it's ripped away by Guy. Now they'll have another chance, and it's good for Sam Lewis. Foul on that side of the floor. They couldn't cut him off.
And that 3 cut the lead to 11. We still have, a minute 27 seconds left. If they can, Chatard continue to come down and make baskets, make shots. If you're Park Tudor, get the ball to Bowles. He's been very successful at the free throw line. And if you're Chatard, get it out of his hands and foul anyone else.
Oh, the first miss for Bowles. He's now 12 of 13, and he knows it too.
Well, and that was in and out. It was a really good shot. He wanted to make them all.
Second one, though, is good. Bowles has 11 in the quarter, 23 for the game. Alexander, nicely done off the glass. They'll go the length of the floor to Bowles, to Petty. Boy, those two have been a dynamic duo in tonight's ballgame.
Chatard staying after it. I really have enjoyed how hard these kids have played, being down by double digits most of this second half. They haven't given up and continue to fight for loose balls and trap and play into the last whistle.
And the Panthers, they're not necessarily slowing down either. They're making passes all the way the length of the floor, trying to get some fast break points. Ruffin will try to go back to the free throw line.
12-point lead now by the Panthers. Look to go up to 13 or 14 possibly after these free throws. And again, you're playing 7 games at home. This is where you practice every night. So another advantage here of being familiar with these background, the lighting, the rims, and shooting free throws on these goals every day also helps.
Ruffin has now 10 points. That's 4 players in double figures tonight for Park Tudor. Tough drive by Alexander. He draws a foul. And I think for Bowles, that was foul number 5.
Yeah, he knew it. He was already running to the bench and untucking his shirt. So that'll be a tough play here for Park Tudor because Bowles is really a big ball handler, but also is able to knock down free throws. I think that might put Bryce Petty in that position now and slide him over to that point guard spot.
First free throw is good for TJ. I said 23 for Bowles earlier. He actually is going to finish with 21.
TJ Alexander continues his nice night. That puts him up to 20 points as well. So 2 20-point scorers for the Trojans, and with him and Williams, 2 seniors getting it done.
The end of the third quarter was 44-29. Park Tudor has scored 26 points in this quarter. Chatard has scored 29. We were expecting a much lower scoring ball game.
Right, Chatard had 29 going into the quarter, and they scored 29 this fourth quarter, and they had 29 after 3. So just the frantic pace and right, you're fouling, so there's going to be more possessions and making shots on top of it. As Willie Sanders gets his first point of the contest.
He's the 7th different guy to tally points. This is the 5th straight home game as Ruffin gets the offensive rebound. It's a jump ball. There will be 2 more home games after this for Park Tudor, including tomorrow against University. So after tonight, 3 of their final 4 games will be at home, which means they have 10 of their last 11 games are played on their home court. Pass somehow finds DeFrance. Panthers will just try to work it around, take off this final 27 seconds. Behind the back and flying in for a foul was Ben Wright.
That was good ball movement there. A little old school 4 corners offensive. Keep that ball moving. The pass is quicker than the dribble and can beat the people running, right? So staying ahead of the Chatard defense. Ran a lot of time off the clock there.
As for Chatard, they will drop their 5th consecutive game with 4 more games left to finish their season. We get some hoots and hollers from the student section.
Some fan favorites coming in for the Panthers.
Some guys that have not hit the floor yet, and also a nice round of applause for the starters tonight of Park Tudor. Jermaine Coleman, Bryce Petty, Jordan Bowles, and Caleb Harris and Willie Sanders were in the starting lineup tonight as well. DeFrance hits both of his free throws. He's gone 5 of 6.
Colin Guy answers quickly on the other end for Chatard. And the Trojans stay after it, try to trap, and there's a foul. There's no quit in Chatard right now.
No, they're going to we're going to finish this game one way or another.
We're going to get it done.
Sooner or later.
You know, Jarrett, kind of looking ahead as sectionals are approaching in the draw here within a few weeks. Chatard has played 3 teams already in their sectional. They're 2-1 as they head into kind of the last few weeks here of the season. Park Tudor has played Cecina and Heritage Christian and has defeated both those teams that are in their sectional. So they're 2-0 against sectional opponents.
DeFrance with another free throw. This time he hits. He's 6 of 8 in the quarter. That's all of his points. 10 seconds left for the Trojans. Three-pointer top of the key is going to miss everything from Sam Lewis. Park Tudor is going to move to 12-4 on the year. Chatard will drop to 13-5. Final seconds wind down. And that's your final. The Panthers defend home court, put 74 points up on the scoreboard, and they defeat Bishop Chatard 74-60. The Family Source Insurance postgame show is up next. This is Indiana High School basketball on IndianaSRN. Welcome back to Park Tudor High School. Here to wrap things up on the Family Source Insurance postgame show on IndianaSRN alongside Clark Chafin. I'm Jared Lewis. We're looking forward to our upcoming schedule here on IndianaSRN. A couple of big games for you tomorrow. It's all girls basketball. The Decatur Central Regional begins at 10 a.m. with Ben Davis taking on Mount Vernon. And then the noon tip-off features Mooresville against North Central in game number 2. And then the championship game of that regional is at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So make sure you stick around for those 3 games in the Decatur Central Regional tomorrow. Also swimming all day beginning at 9 a.m. at the IUPUI Natatorium. That's what's happening tomorrow on IndianaSRN. Make sure you follow us on Twitter so you're always kept up to date with our entire schedule throughout the week. Girls regional games upcoming, and soon we'll be talking about the sectional on the boys' side. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook so you're always, again, kept up to date with all the games happening here on IndianaSRN. We'll be back for one final time after a quick break to give you our player or perhaps co-players of the game here tonight from Park Tudor High School. It's the Family Source Insurance postgame show on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
That's Clark Chafin. I'm Jarrett Lewis here on IndianaSRN. It's the Family Source Insurance postgame show. Here to wrap things up from Park Tudor High School. We have co-players of the game. They combined for 40 points for Park Tudor. Clark, they were just everywhere, offensively and defensively, and they scored in a variety of ways, most of it being from the free throw line.
Very important pieces, and Jordan Bowles initiating the offense, hitting free throws, especially in that big fourth quarter down the stretch. 13 to 14 from the free throw line to get 21 points. I thought Bryce Petty was huge in the third quarter. He had 9 points in that quarter, attacking the basket and finishing at the rim. They had struggled there in the first half of finishing. They kind of overcome that hump, got the ball through the hoop, and extended that lead and made it comfortable for him there in the fourth quarter.
And 2 other players able to finish in double figures with Jermaine Coleman at 15 and Thomas Ruffin, 10 points off the bench for Park Tudor. Bishop Chatard was led in scoring by TJ Alexander and Sylvester Williams, 20 points for each of those guys. And we look at this box score, a lot of free throw shooting. That ended up being the difference. It got late in the ball game. That third quarter deficit that Chatard faced was really a huge difference, because then from there on, Park Tudor was just making their free throws.
Yeah, and they extended the game. They got the goal accomplished that they wanted. I mean, Park Tudor had 30, Chatard had 31 in that fourth quarter, right? So they extended the game. They got more possessions, just couldn't quite get close enough to catch them.
All right, that'll wrap things up on the Family Source Insurance post-game show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Our cameraman tonight, Ken Thomason. Our producer, Greg Smith. That's Clark Chafin. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Girls Regional tomorrow at Decatur Central beginning at 10 a.m. Make sure you tune into that. Other than that, thanks for tuning in on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.